Welcome, everyone. Thank you for all of you around the globe for giving your wholehearted support to Karnatic Music America, a Maryland based all volunteer organization. We support Indian music and arts in various forms. An exciting news about our latest initiative, Artists of India Globally. We will have conversations with artists who are successfully established in Indian arts outside India. Our first episode will feature Sneha Sabu, born and brought up in Kerala, the southern state of India known as God's own country. Sneha Sabu is an international strategist and development thinker who has worked to make a difference in more than 18 countries in Asia Pacific region. In 2021, Sneha Sabu received the International Achievers Award, Bharat Gaurav Puraskar, and the Real Superwoman Award. In 2020, her biography was included in Who's Who in America. In 2019-2020, she was listed in Who's Who in the World Inclusion, in which is limited to individuals who possess professional integrity, demonstrate outstanding achievement in their respective fields, and make exceptional contributions to society. We are here to know more about Sneha's new educational graphic novel for children, Stay Safe with Ruby and Reuben. This is an attempt to educate young children to protect themselves from sexual predators. I have seen many parents having a little difficulty talking to their children about this topic. This book definitely helps breaking that barrier for parents. It's clean and well written for young children. Let's meet Sneha Sabu. We will hear more about Stay Safe with Ruby and Reuben from Sneha.
Hello, thank you very much for having this conversation with me. My recent book, Stay Safe with Ruby and Reuben, is an interactive child safety book for preschoolers and primary school children. It is written to create awareness among children on issues such as good and bad touches, how to be safe in school, how to be safe while going and coming back from school, safe sleepovers, and secret code. According to UNICEF, millions of children face child sexual abuse every year. It is a collective responsibility to ensure children are safe from child sexual abuse. This book is an earnest attempt to do so. It is a tiny speck in the ocean. However, child protection needs to be informed by child awareness on the issues that impact them. If you would like to grab a copy of the book, copies are available on Amazon worldwide. If you would like to reach me, I'm reachable on snehasabu.com. What inspired me to write this book is a combination of two different experiences that I had. I used to work for a not-for-profit organization focused on children called World Vision. One of the best opportunities with World Vision that I had in India was the ability to travel across the country and understand issues facing communities and children. This actually changed my perspective towards development and also child-focused community development. In addition to my work with World Vision, I'd also worked in a children's magazine in the initial years of my career. A combination of writing for children and a basic understanding of issues impacting children is what you will see in this book. It is an earnest and humble attempt to contribute to child protection. I would say it's a tiny speck in the ocean, but then without creating awareness, how can we really protect children? It is a not-for-profit initiative. We want to ensure the message of child safety reaches maximum number of children worldwide, regardless of their financial position. So profit from sales will be used to print additional copies of the book and circulate it to children who cannot afford it. I'm not a full-time author. I'm a full-time strategist by profession. I'm also a development thinker, motivational speaker, and author. Yes, it is interesting to grapple it all together. As part of my job, I'm responsible for preparing long-term community strategic plan, delivery program, and operational plan for the organization that I'm working for. I do write for children. I have written for children in the past as well. So I do write and would like to continue writing for children when time permits. Well, that's an interesting question. I would like to write in all genres. And if you ask me what would I like to do in life, I would like to test and experiment everything in life. So beginning from children's book. So this is not the first work that I've written for children. I've written short stories for children in the past. I would like to explore crime fiction. I would also like to explore motivational books and also poetry collections. So I would like to have a continuous exploratory and learning experiments so that you tend to explore yourself better and also find what suits you better as a person. But unless and until you test those, you really don't know. Yes, when it comes to motivational speaking sessions, it was recently that I started exploring that a bit more. One of the unis back in India had invited me to organize a couple of sessions, and I offer them free of cost in my free time. So these days technology is so advanced. You can have Zoom sessions, and you can have Teams sessions from anywhere in the world. And in your free time, if you're doing something productive, I find giving back to the community as a value proposition that humans could consider in their free time. And that's how I look at sessions such as motivational speaking or development thinking. It's a giving back mechanism and creating more value as a human. See, I've come across this question of where would you like to be 5 years from now, or where do you see yourself 10 years from now, question quite a good number of times in interviews and even job interviews. You get to hear that a lot. Personally, I would like to retire from what I'm currently doing as a full-time strategist 15 years from now. Maybe 15 years down the lane, I would like to relocate to a developing country. Probably India is where I come from. And for that reason, I would like to go back. And this is something that people really question me a lot on. Why would you want to go back? Like, I would like to constantly challenge myself. I really do not want to be stuck in status quo. And I would like to be out of my complacency. And the moment I do that, that's when more self-discovery happens. And that's when I try reinventing myself and the environment that I'm in. And that's something that I'm interested to. But I'll let time tell on how that unpacks. How do I find time and how do I manage time and stress? Well, it is not easy. When you really want to achieve something, you're pushing yourself out of the box and outside the status quo to reach out. And it is a commitment in terms of time, and it's not an easy commitment. I find multitasking to be really effective in my personal approaches to things. If I'm doing a chore, a household chore such as cooking, I would rather finish my social commitment of reaching out and having conversations with others at the same time. So I'm ticking two boxes in a row. And I would also try to fit in like watching television and scribbling something at the same time. At times, I might not be giving my 100% to a television show, and that is fine. It's also trading off. Yes, if someone is asking me, are you watching television at all? Are you having your entertainment at all? Yes, I am. But do I have to watch it 3 hours? Or 3 hours with 100% dedication, or a mix of writing and watching so that I don't feel the pinch of both. So multitasking is really helpful. At times it's stressful, at times it adds on when you have work commitments, when you have deadlines, and then you're trying to fit in so many other things. It's not easy at all. It is a stretch, but if you want to get something different or achieve something out of the way, you just have to put in more effort. And that's a hard reality that most people grapple with. And as a common man out there, my life in terms of wanting to achieve and explore more things and my desire and passion to make it happen comes with the price of having to stretch to meet all the requirements and boxes that I have. Yeah, when it comes to writing, I'm a free flow writer. I would like to write the first draft of any content that I'm preparing, in a full-fledged manner as much as possible. If I'm writing a novel, don't expect me to be writing a book in 24 hours. No, that's not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to, if I have a chapter of the book, I would straight away would like to write the entire chapter and then revisit that at a later stage. There are different styles of writing. Some people have a much more cleaner style. Some people just draft points. It depends on the writer. I would say there is no point following anything overly structural. I would like to go with the flow when it comes to writing, because it's a creative piece of work. And when you write, you might have a thought process when you start, and when you start editing and reviewing, your thought refines and it might improve over a period of time. So in terms of style and structure, I would never recommend anyone to be carried away with those things, because it's a pure personal choice on how one wants to write. Some might find some ways of writing more effective than the other, and there are no hard and fast rules in my view. Go with what makes you comfortable. You don't want anything to be a chore or a burden. You are writing because you're passionate about it, and then you have the creative license to do that the way you want. I started my career as a journalist and not as a strategist. Yes, our transition to be a strategist was a fun-filled one. After my initial years in terms of media and communication roles, I decided to resign my job first. So it came in as an intuition. I felt that I should resign and do something different. But if you asked me at that point of time, I had no clue what I wanted to do. I was jobless for a month. I kept applying for jobs left, right, center, because I had to pay my bills at that point of time. And I came across this role of corporate planner with a not-for-profit organization, and that not-for-profit organization is World Vision. I must say, my strategy experience is purely carved by World Vision. It changed my career. It changed the way I looked at my career, and I was molded and remolded to be a strategist in that workplace. And that was a good journey for me as a strategist. But over a period of time, I'd worked with different organizations and also international NGOs such as Habitat for Humanity in an Asia Pacific capacity, working for 18 countries in the region. So over a period of time, I grew, and working in the government sector in Australia is also a learning curve for me, trying to understand how strategy works in the government sector. So it is work in progress. I've transitioned from a journalist to a strategist, and you never know, 10 years from now, I might choose a different career path as part of my exploration. So I do not say that status quo is a requirement. We just explore and do what you like at that point of time and what works from a realistic perspective. Quite a good number of people have asked me, what is your message for the future generation? And I've been consistently trying to say something. We don't want to create clones of others. Our DNAs are very different. My DNA is different from yours or whoever is watching this. So we just want to create a true masterpiece of ourselves, and that's all that matters. Trying to be someone else will never help us reach the satisfaction, because we are not going to be them, 100% them. We're just trying to replicate some of the elements of them. I'm not trying to say that we shouldn't improve, learn what is working well. What I'm trying to say is we shouldn't be pushing ourselves or killing ourselves to the degree that we're trying to lose our true core and is trying to be someone else that we are not. So being a true masterpiece of ourselves is the best mantra for anyone for that matter.
Thank you all for joining with us today. Thank you, Sneha Sabu. I am KS Resmi. Signing off today. We'll see you soon with another wonderful segment of Artist of India globally. Thank you.